tracking along with you guys, and we want to know, how was it? How was your 9 months? So if you could start off, I'd like to hear you fill in the blank. Tell me a couple things that Soma is. Like Soma is, and you can have a minute to think.
Okay.
Or Soma taught me. Another one.
Give me a second.
The mic flipped.
Oh,
I like your shoes.
There you
thanks.
go. Okay. As you were.
Soma is and Soma taught me. I think, and do you want me to look at you? I forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
Soma is community. Soma is discipleship. Soma is learning and enriching. Soma is becoming who you are, and Soma is learning who you are. Soma is understanding. Soma is understanding who you are through the eyes of God. And Soma is understanding or beginning and trying to understand who God is. I think in a mixture of community and growing, whether painful or not, and taking in information, like through learning and class and stuff. It's just a mixture of all those things and just rolled up into one, like learning how, kind of learning the 4 directions of love: loving yourself, loving God, loving others, and loving creation, all in one. Like all the things that I mentioned, like so many aspects of just discovering more about God, which means you're learning about yourself and others and creation as well, and just a lot of different aspects. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like, with the learning and the experiences you've had at Soma, how do you feel like you've changed in the past 9 months?
I think I changed in the way that I learned. I changed in a way that I don't know who I am and also learning who I am at the same time. It's like, oh, I thought I knew myself, and then I went through Soma and I don't have any idea who I am now, but also I know myself a lot better. Does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. I can give you an example. So I guess I learned that I personally struggle with trust. And through many months of Soma, I kind of dove deeper into why, and was pushed a lot by God, by the community, to grow in that in ways that I didn't want to. And then I took the chance and I risked it and I did it, and I grew so much more. And now, like through that, I'm learning who this person is that doesn't struggle with trust as much anymore, and like how do I live that out. So even becoming a better, more Christ-like version of myself through learning about myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And you're learning about yourself in part through being with this group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I've heard this from others, and I heard this from you at one point, that community is really good, but community is also really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about those 2 aspects of community here at Soma,
Mm-hmm.
the good and the hard?
I think that everyone in Soma is here for a reason, for them personally. But through that also, they are teaching every single person in the group something. Whether that be, oh, my personality and your personality collide, and this is how I need to deal with that and be loving and Christ-like and like learn how to deal with so many different personalities, learn how to, live with other people. And I mean, some people in Soma have taught me way more than other people, but everyone has taught me something, whether they know it or not. I think that's especially evident on the justice journey. I think that spending 13 hours in a van with the same people in one day, like really, people press your buttons and you're like, okay, like this is what this is. And I don't know, just learning different things from different people and like, how do I learn from other people? How do I be accepting from even a person that, oh, I don't think you could teach me anything, but still like, oh, no, you can. Also, I think community has shaped me a lot in that I struggled with trust a lot. I grew up with a pretty hard childhood. I don't know, not like bad, but I don't know how to describe it. Too much for the video, maybe. But I think through community, I've learned what kind of, I don't know how to describe it. Let me think for a second. Like loving other people and having and accepting their love for you, and like being in this mutual place of like, we all love Jesus, we all love each other, and like choosing that, and not like, oh, I grew up with my parents and I didn't choose that, like agape love is chosen, agape love is choice. I don't know, I guess it's very evident in community that's not like blood related. I don't know.
And you came here, this is pretty much like the first, like you just came straight here from college?
Mm-mm. So I graduated high school, I worked for a year, and then I came here.
Okay. So what's next for you then?
So a couple of us are going to be like hopefully starting this Soma phase 2 kind of, or phase 4 now, because this is 3. So hopefully we'll all be living together, kind of like Genesis actually. We'll all be hopefully living together. We're thinking about the Jordan neighborhood, but also the Phillips neighborhood, but at this point we're taking what we can get, as well as maybe doing house churchy stuff with sojourners. And then what else? We're gonna try to do the MDC, missional discipleship community. So aspects of being missional intentionally in a neighborhood, meeting people, all living together, sharing resources, that kind of thing. Discipling, where we wanna continue being discipled by the facilitators in Soma, and also discipling next year's Soma students. I think a couple of us are interested in helping facilitate the class next year. So I think we'll kind of be cycling in with the facilitators this year, and kind of also learning how to facilitate. And then community, like I said, living together, just doing as much together as we can and being really intentional about it.
It's amazing. I'm super excited for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
What's your biggest surprise? Soma's over now. What would you say was your biggest surprise?
My biggest surprise?
You gotta talk to Emily.
Okay, let me think about that.
Okay.
I think my biggest surprise was that I really didn't know that much about myself, like I was talking about before. Also, I kind of thought I knew what I was gonna do after Soma, and then that completely flipped. And apparently I'm staying in Minneapolis, which is not what I wanted to do. But I think Jesus is calling me to stay for at least one more year. So that's what we're gonna do, and take it from there. And kind of, I do feel like I have this picture of just like being in a complete fog and just like knowing that I'm holding Jesus's hand and just moving forward, and he can see where it's going and I can't, and I kind of just have to, again, I just have to trust that and just be like, I don't know where I'm going, and I can't, I need to step back and say I can't freak out about this, and I just need to go forward and just hold his hand and go with him, and that will be, you know, better than anything that I could ever come up with myself.
So in this next year, I mean, you know, at least for one more year, you're going to be here in Minneapolis. So what are you going to take from Soma with you into this year?
I mean, I do want to continue with Soma. We're going to be doing Soma year 2. I'm going to be taking a lot of friends, a lot of community from this year. I guess a lot of knowledge, a lot of the things I was talking about, what Soma is, like learning more about myself, learning more about God, like continuing on that. And I don't think it's going to stop after I stop going to class every day, or now that I'm facilitating the class, I'm still learning. I'm not stopping learning about those things. And I think you do, I mean, I can't say I'm 20, but I am assuming that you still learn every day more what it is to be Christ-like and who Christ is. What else will we take from that? That's probably it.
That's great.
That's good.
Perfect.
Cool.
Very good.
Thanks, Maddie.
Thank you.